Thanks for staying with us. So, you know, Fridays we like to talk about what our celebrities are talking about. So we found one who was speaking. So, Uti Nwachukwu recently berated men who date women who love the media attention and then later come out to complain when they finally marry and the women are seeking the attention. According to him, he says that, why didn't you notice this during courtship? What are your thoughts on the fact that on marrying or dating somebody who loves that media, that's on social media, likes to be a, what do they call those things?
Influencer.
Influencer, you know, loves the cameras, loves the makeup, the attention, the comments, the slaying, and then you like the attention. When you now bring her as a missus, you're now demanding something else. You want her to now sit down and be madam. And she's like, it's not going to happen. Why does this happen? How does a man remain consistent in what his fantasy was and what he finally got? You see, let me start with you.
Okay. Fantasy is different from real life. And we need to start telling ourselves the truth. So what I see is a lot of men or women, as the case may be now, we have a lot of men who love the media attention, so it's both ways, always believe that they can change another human being. So you see this person, and this is what this person wants, and you're attracted to this person, but at the back of your mind, I will mold her and shape her into what I want exactly. That's where the problem comes. Because if you know that this person is a media, this person loves media attention, this person loves like an attention junkie, and you decide to go into this marriage, why will you now complain later that you're showing too much, you're not showing too much skin, you're showing too much this, you are on TV every time, you are this, that. Why are you complaining? You saw that. But because at the back of your mind, you felt when I now marry her, she will be able to understand, first of all, that she's now a wife. And there are certain things wives do not do that she will take. What if she chooses not to see it that way? For some people, marriage doesn't really change who they are. Marriage is there to support who they are. For others, when they marry, they now start paying attention to what people will say, what the environment, the society will say, and they now start changing. But you don't even know how happy they are when they start making those adjustments. So why don't you pick a package that you see and like, and you can take home without trying to effect change on that.
So somebody can change that. Somebody can also compare what you're saying to you're a very conservative. You're a flashy dresser.
Yes.
You love the beads, the colors, and everything. And then you get a job in a bank, and they tell you you're not your banker. We wear only black suits and white t-shirts.
Or blue.
And that's all we wear here.
Yes.
So you're flashing it when you get to Saturday and Sunday. Be doing it. But Monday to Friday. So can't a girl who loves the media, who loves the life, say, okay, now I'm in marriage. In marriage, we wear boo-boo in the house. I'm just kidding. Yeah. In marriage now, this is how we do things. All that yo should end before the marriage. Is that something that is acceptable today, or should men of today find a way to blend the yo and the boo-boo and the whatever, the life of the married wife? Should we blend it together to date that? I don't want to. It's a bit extreme.
Yeah,
examples are a bit extreme.
blended.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, let's just go to why a man may want to capture a lady and then change her into something else. Because I feel that instinctively men, as they always describe them, are hunters. And if we look in the jungle, when the lion hunts whatever it hunts, it comes to eat it and finish it. It does not come to nurture it. And so I think instinct, so that's their first instinct is to, oh, you're the most attractive, you're the hottest, I'm going to get you. And when I get you, it means I've won you, it means I've conquered you, and so I will dominate you. So that's the first instinct. But of course, with time and the way evolution and the way that we are educated and civilized, we understand that a woman is not a prey that you hunt. So when you bring her home, you support her. Because marriage today is a lot different from the way it was in the ancient times. So when they marry you then, they marry you, and then you become only what your husband wants you to become. That's it, period. And if you refuse to do that, then you're not a good wife. But now, the way modern marriage is, works is that we support each other. So you see what my strengths are before marriage, and then in marriage, we see how we can build that and make you a better person based on that. Because the thing happens that sometimes you marry someone who did not even have any of those wants, or was not even aware that they wanted the media attention, they wanted all those things. And then as they age or they become older and more you know, exposed, they realize, you know, I want this. So that, you know, we have to also understand that a man in that marriage is thinking, but that was not what you promised me, or this is not what we agreed on. But modern marriage is a platform of compromise, where we sit down and work things out based on the new information before us. It's important that men understand that they are partners and not
change agents.
Okay, let me. I like the evolution part you talked about, because I think that's really profound. And if we go back to the example I used earlier, where yes, this is the straight jacket way. We always wear blue suits. Yeah. But you see, modernization have evolved. Other parts of the world, banks don't necessarily have to wear the blue suits and black suits. In the courts, we still wear these horrible-looking wigs here.
They should trade away.
Abroad, that I don't know about British courts. But in American courts, they don't wear those
British courts. They still wear
all those ugly wigs, ugly-looking wigs. The point is that things evolve, things change. So yes, this is how we do it. But even today, as you come into marriage, you should also nurture this gift, and based on how she is, and then make her a better person. Yeah, talk about your thoughts on this one.
So for me, I think that you should enter marriage expecting that the person you're marrying will not change. And that if it does, be happy. And they will remain the same. And it applies to both male and female. Don't think that because you're married, the man will start cleaning up the house when he did not clean when he was single. Don't think that the flashy girl you saw who could do anything to get Instagram likes will suddenly become married and now be conservative. What attracted you, what you have seen that you married, expect that it will remain that way. Because if you are expecting that you would continue in marriage and hope that that change would happen, and you are hoping to love a changed person, and that change doesn't happen, there will be friction. I say that you see Bonikoko, people that they don't use earrings, the turtleneck, the dresses to the floor. You saw them, you did not marry them. You see the one that has nails that are like this, with latches touching her hair and red lipstick, you now say, oh, this is the one you want to marry. You bring her into the house and say she should cut the nails, remove the latches, remove everything. And latches. Like, I just exaggerated by saying latches. Like, why would you want to, why don't you fall in love with the person you're seeing? Why would you date someone and you are imagining how she would look with the hopes that you will love the person she becomes? No, take what you have now that you are attracted to. Because most of the time, the changes might not happen on your own timetable. Evolution is standard, but it might not happen when you want it to. And it cannot happen because you are forcing it to happen. It's important that you just get comfortable with whatever you have taken.
What you ordered, you ordered that.
Exactly. So you see, what the reason Uti said it is because there was a celebrity that she is online perpetually, and then she got married, and the guy is complaining that all she's doing is putting ring lights and shooting videos. And he wants attention as a man. But that was what she was doing before she got married. You should have these conversations maturely. You don't just marry people in love. You love him, I love him. The girl she's living her life. So we must have that conversations of what is expected in marriage.
Alright, may I add something?
Don't just believe the person
You're taking us to where we are going. Because we'll open it better. Because in life, we talk about sacrifices, certain things. Wouldn't you say, someone like that, you understand, okay, now I'm in a marriage. Yes, I like ring lights. But can I find a way to adjust it for the sake?
We'll accommodate.
Let's discuss it after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So before the break, Tokwe kind of took us to the direction where we're heading, which is when, yes, a lady's life or anybody's spouse, a man, can be a social media buff, where he loves to be on TV, cameras, he likes the attention. And then when you enter that marriage with somebody, the question is, yes, we might not be expected to change, but shouldn't you be expected to make some sort of sacrifice for the sake of this new decision you've made? Because these are adult decisions. I have chosen to have children. I have chosen to get married. Shouldn't you be able to sacrifice some of those fluffy things we love, those things that made us excited? It's like, okay, for the sake of this marriage, I'm willing to. Doesn't that sacrifice mean anything to anybody anymore?
There are different levels of sacrifices, and you have to pick what works for you, okay? So the problem is that we do not think long-term when it comes to making these marriage decisions. We are looking at the butterflies. We're looking at how we feel today. We're not considering, in the next 5 years, will I feel the same way? And if I don't, what are some of the things that would help me to still stay? You ask yourself questions like, the things attracting me today, can it sustain me tomorrow? There was something I was doing at the time. If I used to put myself in a position that if love fails in this, I'm liking this guy now, I'm feeling very good around him, we are compatible and all of that. But if this feeling goes, can I stay with him as a person, as a neighbor, as a friend? Can I live in the same room? Can I share the same room with him? We're not, like, we don't love each other anymore, but can we stay as friends? Are we compatible enough to stay beyond the love? We don't ask, yes, we don't ask those questions. So in picking the person I want to marry, if I no longer have the butterflies, like, it's not, because, you know this thing, eh? The love comes and goes. It's undulating. It's not steady. In 2 years, you'll be shocking you. 4 years. You 9 years. We are done. We are doing 14 years right now. It goes like this. In that going, did I ever feel irritated by the traits that attracted me in the first place? Or were the traits good enough to keep me even when I didn't feel anything, even when I wasn't chemically attracted to you anymore? So we don't ask ourselves this question. We just assume that it's good today, let's just go in. Yeah. Let's go with the flow. When the problem of going with the flow is when the flow stops, you stop. When the flow ends, you end. You may not understand what is happening, and then you find it difficult to sacrifice. You find it difficult to give yourself. Okay, have a call. Go ahead.
Let me take the call. Vivian has been holding for a while. Good morning, Vivian. Are you there? Hello, Vivian. Hello, Vivian. Are you there? Hello, Vivian. Are you there?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Hello, good morning. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I like this topic because I saw something like that happen with my own eyes.
Okay.
There is this guy. He met a lady on social media. He met her on social media and they have been dating like 3 years. And later, the guy is telling her to leave social media. She should leave everything. She don't want to see her on social media again. So I don't know why. The girl is like she's refusing or something. And the guy is even saying, okay, she's not leaving social media. He can leave her or they will end their relationship, whatever. So I did not see the necessity in all of that because we met.
You met her there.
Thank you, Vivian.
Let me just quickly throw this in. You see me your question. Marriage is for adults. And marriage requires maturity. And it is maturity that will make you want to go live on Instagram or Facebook, but realize that it's around the time when my husband or my spouse will be coming home and there's nothing cooked. And then you would prioritize what is more important because you are mature, you are an adult. You place your ring lights, switch it off, and then you quickly make food. And then you write a note. That is maturity. That's organized. That's a planned person. And it is not everyone that is that mature. So we must be able to look at someone, admire the beauty, but check out the person's brain.
Reasoning.
The person's capacity to reason, the person's ability to compartmentalize and arrange themselves. Some people don't have it and they are grown up, but they are not mature. So you cannot, marriage is not based on, oh, the person looks fine, she has front, she has back, she is set.
Full option.
It's beyond that. Can this person raise a family? Can this person manage a home? Not that you know that you give money and she'll go and buy mango and come back home and say, I forgot to buy pepper. I only bought mangoes for the house. Those things happen. Yeah. Now, when it comes to social media, though, my perspective is a lot of men are insecure. And that's the reason they say stop it.
Pause. You just gone to a fantastic place. Just space. But let me take Sulai. I'll come there.
We'll come back.
Sulai, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. How are you doing today?
Good, good.
I'm a first-timer.
Welcome to the show.
It's a very, very important topic you guys are taking this morning. I tried last week. I called over 40 times. So I called over 40 times. I couldn't get through.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry about that.
All right.
One of your presenters earlier said, most times people make this mistake where you don't look at the long term. You limit yourself to what is happening now. Maybe as a result of you being shocked by love. So there are many things we don't discuss. There are many things we left unattended to thinking along the line, this thing will change and thereabout. And By the time it starts affecting the home, affecting the marriage, you now want to force things to change, which is, of course, very, very difficult and impossible. I think from the beginning, we're supposed to sit together, discuss this matter. Well, I'll give you space. I want you to do your thing. It's what you love doing. As long as it doesn't affect your home. Yeah. There's no problem. I have no issue about it.
Thank you very much, Salai. You're very correct. You're absolutely correct. Let me come to Miriam, because Toko talked about the fact that many men are simply insecure. So you see a pretty girl. It's not because you have an issue with her, she's online. You have no issues. She cooks dinner. She compartmentalizes her entire schedule for the day. But the attention she's getting from everybody is bothering you because you have insecurity issues. Now, how does a man in that position manage himself? Because now it's not her, because you can force her to stop it. And not stopping not because you don't want her to continue to shine, but it just makes you feel somehow. What do you think?
I'm not even a man.
Okay, so maybe we need some men to call in today.
But we women too, we have our insecurities. And when you understand, when someone becomes self-aware, I mean, I think if you're self-aware, you solve a lot of problems. But it's getting that person to that point of realizing, oh, this is my insecurity talking. And because of that, I'm asking this person to stop for my selfish reasons and not because it's going to cause our marriage any issues. Whatever is going to cause our marriage any issues, it's my insecurity. And so if a man or a woman can get to that point where they recognize that, then they have to work on it. But I know I love communication. A lot of us talk about communication, but do we really communicate? If I can say to if the man can say to his wife, you know what? I see these really nice-looking guys sending you all this, and I'm insecure. I'm afraid. Yes. I hope somebody's not going to take my wife away from me. Some women may find it a bit cute and find different ways to reassure the husband that this is actually it means nothing. This is just social media comments. I'm doing this for my business or for whatever reason. And this makes me, constantly reassure the person. And then hopefully that person builds on themselves and get to a point where they are confident. A lot of insecurity comes from where you feel that you should be doing more or you're not doing what you're meant to do. And so you realize that that is the time to put work into yourself. I need to work harder. I need to earn a lot. You know, I need to be busy. Sometimes, my husband always says it to me, sometimes when I have some complaints, like, it's because you have too much time on your hands.
Let me take Kelechi. Kelechi is a guy, is a man. Good morning, Kelechi. Are you there?
Morayo, good morning.
Good morning.
I like the views of your panelists. You have a very intelligent female panelist.
Thank you.
I commend you. But I want to have this discussion with my sister from another mother, Obiagilu. Obiagilu, I want to ask you this question. Don't you think I like your views. They are very, very sharp. But don't you think that, you talked about, you women talked about sacrifices. You see, I blame this issue on, women not blended in culture. You see, I'm talking as an Igbo man. Our Igbo culture is like a constitution, very, very, very adaptable, and is capable of solving so many problems. Don't you think that a woman who is blended in culture is a woman that is ready to make that sacrifice? Whatever attention you may get in the media or from every man, you should be aware that you are married, and it's an institution that requires some form of will I say, lifestyle.
I didn't really guess.
Culture. Yeah, he's saying that women need to be blended in culture. That as a married woman, there are certain things that are not expected of you. And that's still taking us back to the ancient ages, where a woman is married and expected to just, submit all her will for the husband. Everything your husband wants you to do, that's what you do. So you are not your own person. But marriages have evolved, and we cannot be lying to ourselves. We need to change. People now find expression in doing the things that they enjoy. Now, the question is, you create your own culture in your home, simply. There's no a tradition of it's only boo-boo we are going to be wearing in this house because your mother was wearing boo-boo, my great-grandmother was wearing, it has passed. Now I want to wear bomb shorts. But I can say, okay, because I respect you and we have guests.
You bring it to the knees.
I will bring it to the knees. But I want to wear bomb shorts. We have evolved and we can't keep going back. The thing I see is a lot of men do not take time to understand what makes their women happy. If you understand that this person, this is what she likes, this is the sort of job that gives her joy, you will support her to be the best version of herself. That's why you're there. As she's supporting you to be the best version of yourself. It's a partnership. You have to have conversations. If, like she said, if you're insecure about something, ask questions. What is happening? Am I still your number one? Where are we in this matter? And we'll talk about it.
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, this is getting, we're taking it step by step, and I like where it's going. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So before the break, we're talking about insecurity on the part of men. And we're talking about also compromise and talk about sacrifice, being mature. Now, I saw a media post about a man apologized. So what happened was his wife, obviously, is a social media, star and slay mama. And she was telling her fans to get her a gift for her birthday or something. And her husband responded saying, excuse me, are you not content with what we have? What I have, because, and he was really upset that she was soliciting for gifts on social media, which is probably what she used to do before marriage, I'm just thinking. But then he publicly apologized for doing that because he's sorry for doing that. But you can see when a man feels like, okay, you are getting started. Are you trying to say or imply?
I'm not doing enough.
I'm not doing enough. So when you're on social media and trying to say, I need this, you're selling this, it's a different communication to your spouse. You're telling the world that he's not taking care of you. You need a gift.
Mariah, being on social media does not mean that it's okay to throw away your values and throw away principles. So if people are on social media doing different things, so we're not saying just because someone is on social media, all that they do and whatever they do is fine. If what they're doing is not in alignment with your values as a family, as husband and wife, or maybe your religion or your faith, I think you have every right to call that spouse out and say, this is not in keeping with what we believe. I don't want you asking for a phone from outsiders when I can get you one, or because I say I cannot get you one right now, then you have a stranger and get a phone for you. I don't like that. I think that can be disrespectful. And I think a man has the right to call his wife out for that. You can do everything else that you do on your social media, the way that you earn your money, but there are some things that I feel that I should do for you, and I can do for you, but don't make it look like my man is unable to do for me, so please, anyone else who is out there that can do for me. So I think there should be boundaries, and a man has the right to call a woman out concerning that.
It's a matter of perspective. I've been on social media and I've said things like, it's Valentine, are you guys not getting me gifts and everything? And my husband was inside the message. He was just scrolling. I saw his name. When you're doing Instagram Live, his name would just pop up. I saw his name, and I hailed him, and I continued saying what I was saying. Until today, I didn't have any conversation concerning what you said. And he was there till I ended the video. So it's also a matter of perspective. For some people, they understand that I know who this person is. I've been married to this person for a long time. I know she upholds her values. She's just playing around on social media. For other people, they understand that maybe this has gone way more than playing around on social media. This is real. But I wouldn't like that you call her out in public. That's when you come to the confines of your bedroom and you say, Auntie, that thing you did outside, I don't want to hear it again. But that's not who we are. You have those conversations. There are certain things I say on TV and I get home and I'm in trouble. My husband's like, why did you mention my name? Why did you say this? Why did you say that? But he's never called me out on that. So we should still uphold. The first thing is to create a culture that works for you as a new home. You're building a tribe. You're building a family. Your culture works for you. And if somebody is, going out of line, you can pull each other back in love and understanding and have a proper conversation.
So thank you for even sharing your own example, because my next phase was going to say our own experience, because we are also on TV. We're also on social media. I know in the first few years of this show,
you went out.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna say, never in your life mention my name, my family when you're on that your show again. Those fights back to, because you don't understand how we say something in the house. And then I come on TV and say, so this morning my husband's like, in your life, in your life. Don't measure. But you see, but as we grew in the show and as we became more mature, he then began to understand the need. Because we're sharing our own examples. Because you don't let people will not open up to you if you don't open up to you from your own experience. So now he understands better. But it took a lot of internal conversation to get to that position. But I did get in trouble. Yeah. There were times where we didn't speak together because of something I said on TV. There were times where his friends would call him. Wait, did you hear? Did you watch the show? In fact, there was time he even stopped watching the show. I don't even want to see it. He went off social media because of me. He doesn't watch social media, but he had one friend.
They always have
a friend who call him. Did you watch your wife's show today?
They always have somebody.
You know, and I said, what did you say today? They were calling me and calling me, you know. So the thing is that we always have to find that middle ground. Yes, Tokwe.
So for me, I would say that for some people are attention junkies. I think that it's a sign of some internal things that they also need to deal with. And some people just know that I'm doing this, it's a job. When I'm done, I'm done. Like, it doesn't get into my head. Yeah. I don't begin to feel like, oh, I'm floating on air. You know, that kind of thing. So we must be able to identify ourselves and put it into right perspective. Also, for me, sometimes, you know, we were discussing it a bit during the break that sometimes the changes that our spouses make us make are actually for our good. And I must say it with, like, it would be a disservice for me not to acknowledge how many layers my husband has had to peel for you to see the person sitting down here. You know, so, and every time he feels it's better. Every time he feels it's better. And it's a journey, it's not convenience, it's read this book. It is stop watching Telemundo. It is watch news. It is attend this course. You are on TV, but you have no professional background in media. Go and do presentation course. Like, so the pushing that is pushed and consistently pushing brings about improvements in my life. So the changes that I have undergone were changes he spurred on. So when I see people admire me and send me WhatsApp messages that you're looking very beautiful, I'm so intelligent, I'm like,
you have no idea.
I have a Oga at home who is the one that polished the silver that is shining. You know, the grass is looking green to you. So sometimes the improvements are for our good. And this is to acknowledge all the men that are doing the work to improve their spouses as well, that they are doing well.
Let me take this call, Ijoma, then I'll bring in our guest. Good morning, Ijoma.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you're live. Welcome to the show.
All right. My contribution is, I think what people fail to do is discuss these things before they get married. All right. I had my own experience, you know. 2 years ago, someone from the U.S., you know, wanted to get married to me. You know, the age difference was there, but, you know, I was willing to compromise some things. But, you know, when it got to about the childbearing, about where to live, about what to wear, you know, it wasn't balancing at all. So I had to tell him that, no, I can't do it. So I think the problem here is people do not discuss about these things. You don't expect to marry someone today and you expect her to just change overnight. At all, it's not possible. Right. You have to, sometimes some women just say, okay, I think I've grown this, let me let this go, you know?
Right. Thank you so much, Ijema. Yeah. Now, we need to get a man's perspective because, you know, the question still is, you're a man. You see this beautiful cha-cha woman. What did you call it that time?
Full option
woman. Everything and the right places. Full option woman on social media. You love her. You talk to her. She says yes.
She get back.
Everything. You now marry. So you now marry her. Finish. You now want to fine tune. Make her go to school, and she doesn't want to go. She likes to be the dumb blonde. She just loves to be that. She loves it, and you love her being that.
She loves to slay
now.
Down.
You now want to polish her to be who she's not. Is that the right thing to do, or she just accept my life loves being a dumb blonde? Not dumb blonde. Okay, let me take that back. Yeah. I love my wife likes to be a slay queen, but just doesn't like anything too intellectual. Doesn't like that. She just wants to be that beautiful plain thing. But you are now saying, now you're a wife. I want you to also to speak when my friends are speaking. I want you to join the conversation. So because of that, I want you to take 1 or 2 courses. And you're like, no, don't change me to who I'm not. So let us have that conversation with our guest. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll bring in a man to join the conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.